Hello, and welcome back to another wife-aggro video. We're going to be doing a series of videos on the Witcher 3, the Scavenger Hunt quests. We're going to start off with the cat school gear. You start out here in Velen, No Man's Land. It's kind of the first equipment set that you come across in the game, the first one that, is super useful. Where we're going to start at is right here in Dram Castle, which is just south of the central town. Kind of showing you how to get there kind of quickly. And what we have to do is we have to go through this old ruin and kind of get the quest jump started. You can actually stumble across these as you're, just kind of uncovering things. Or you can, find a map. And I had the map that pointed out where some of the stuff was at, but not this piece here. Kind of a little tip, just kind of keep your Witcher sense on when you're exploring through these, and you'll see what you have to pick up. This spot here has a lot of nice recipes and manuscripts that you can pick up while you're here. Like I said, I just got a couple of new ones for myself. But you definitely want to explore everything. Where you want to go for this quest, though, for the cat school gear, is go down the stairs. I'm just kind of picking up some more stuff. But we're going to go down another ladder. I think I just drop. And then you'll see the kind of the glowy right there on the right. That gets things going. And by reading the journal, I progressed the cat school scavenger hunt, and it kind of points me to the next objective. So you can see that by progressing the quest, I already had the explore the passages under the Temple Isle clue, but now I've got 2 more to follow. And I'm just going to kind of zip through this little part here so I don't have to watch through. So I did kind of have a little bit of a problem with my recording, and the wreck of the Flying Stag was corrupted, or got corrupted. And you can see where that's actually at, off the coast to the west. I can't include that in this, but it's really not too hard. Go ahead and go to the ship that you see on the map, and you can just sail up there. And there's like one hatch on the ship. It's beached. You drop down into the first landing, and the chest is right there. Then that will complete that part of the quest. So we're going to jump forward to the next part, which is to explore the ruins of S. Taylor. I'm probably saying that wrong. You can always yell at me in the comments. I did have another quest to come out to this area in my quest book. That's why you'll see there's a couple of red bodies here. And I'm going to kind of look at them real quick, but that has nothing to do with the scavenger hunt. So if you're just here for the scavenger hunt, you can skip this part here. And what you're looking for is like a cut that goes down underneath the ruins. Kind of see me jump on down. And then when you get to the bottom, there's a little place that you can blow through with your Witcher powers. Ard. This portion is pretty quick. Not quite as fast as the boat was, but not too hard. And you may have already discovered this part if you did the quest earlier that has you come out here and investigate. So just like the other ruin, you'll get a book to read through that kind of gives you a little bit more history around the cat school gear that we're doing the scavenger hunt for. And then as soon as you're done, climb back out of the underground and head back to the fast travel, and we'll get to the next step. And this step's kind of tricky, and it's quite a bit longer than anything else you do for the Catskill gear. But what we're trying to do is get under the island, under the Temple Island. And we do that by getting to a Lector Square, which if you haven't uncovered, you'll just run out there. And then finding the path was probably the hardest part of this, and I'll show you how to get there. Okay, so here we are. We're on the west side of the island, and I'll show you here on the map. You want to kind of get over by these houses. And if the map kind of shows where we're going to be running down, but just kind of work your way over here to the side. You go around behind the houses, and there's a... It's not really a path, but it's just kind of an area that's traversable. And we just run down the side. I tried several things to get to that point on the map. I swam, I used the boat, did my sailing. Okay, so once we get here...
Someone placed an illusion here.
You're going to get to use one of the pieces that you've picked up, I think all the way back in the swamp, that helps you uncover illusions. And we're going to all get to watch me mess around with this. And it took me a while to remember which piece I needed. And then when the light finally clicked on. You're probably asking yourself, you know, couldn't I have edited this out so that we didn't all have to watch it? And yes, I could have, but you know, I might as well own it. What's kind of weird about this spot here is you actually have to uncover 2 illusions. You uncover the first one, and it's still just it doesn't go through. It's a dead end. And so I, once again, kind of trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And then I couldn't get the little the E tooltip to pop up until just right there. And then that got me through the second illusion. I don't know if that was just a weird glitch from the game that you guys won't see, or that was intentional, but it was kind of weird. I think I would have saw some of that in the lore that I've read up to this point. There's probably a little easier path to this. If you just listen along, you could have just run to the right and read about this golem. I mean, you'll see me do that here, but I just charged right in because I wanted to fight the golem. But I'm going to speed it up so you don't have to watch too much of it. I'd like to say I just ran in and killed the golem, considering it was a couple levels below me, but it's just not my style. So once you've killed the golem, you actually find yourself in a cave with 4 exits. The one you've come through, one straight ahead, and one to either side. And here you see me go into first to the one to the left, and then I'm going to go check out the one straight through, which is the door that we have to unlock. Our hero discovers a locked door, so he goes exploring the rest of the cave. And I absolutely could have done this faster. This is kind of how I do my cave diving, so I follow one wall. That's what you see me doing here. So look to the depths to be lifted up, which was a pretty obvious clue. And I will admit again and own it that I did not make the best sense of this. I'm not really sure what that was all about. I don't think I ever came back to this cave, but there was just a little piece to explore that, or to examine. It looked like bloodstains on the floor, but I never got anything from it. Ooh, great fight. I haven't seen the odd artifact in the video. I'm not sure if that's what you're going to see on YouTube or if that's just from the rough video that I'm watching. But anyhow, this also did not make a whole lot of sense to me. Mysterious recipe. It might involve a quest that I didn't realize I had. That was definitely glowing like it was a quest object. Now, rather than paying attention to that clue I just ran past, and I'm running past again. I think you can actually see the moment when the light comes on for me, and I realize what the clue was trying to tell me all along, and that was to use the switches to move the statues so that they all look towards the depths, which is the center of the room, or the little structure. So we're going to do that. Slowly. And then, having opened up the gate, I swear I went and did something else. Which was to run all the way back out to the central room again where I killed the golem. And go to the room that, or the passageway that would have been to the right when I first came into that room. Once I get over here, you can see that there's another wall that can be knocked down with Ard. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to run through real quick. There's a little bit of treasure at the bottom of the water pool. Nothing major. That is random. You know, your results may vary. And here's the information for the golem that we'd already destroyed, which may or may not have been handy before that fight. It depends, I guess, on what level you come in here. So, with that side of the cavern taken care of, we're going to run all the way back across again. Once again, this is just how I ended up exploring this place. To the pool that we opened up. I think what had happened was I saw that there was mobs down there and just didn't want to swim underwater, fight underwater. I'm not really good with the crossbow. I think we're going to see a demonstration of that right now. It's probably my least favorite thing to do in the game. I suck at it. I should probably use a different key. Middle mouse button is just not my friend. Actually, that wasn't as bad as I usually do. I have yet to be drowned by a drowner, but I don't know how I've survived some stupid crappy aiming fights. So anyhow, at the bottom of that pool that you opened up by aiming all the statues to the center of the structure is the key to the laboratory. That's what we needed to get to through the door that was straight through the cavern, past the golem. So, now that we have the key, we run back over to the door. Door unlocks, we can go inside. There's a pretty nice little fight here. And similar to, anyhow, the gear that I've done, they're following the story of the books, kind of tells you about this guy. It gives you the lore behind his story. And that's kind of a cool little part of the game. But now we gotta fight him. And he's a little bit lower level than me, but kind of a weird. I can hit him twice, and then he defends up, and if I hit that shield too much, it explodes on me. It does a little bit of damage. But I had a pretty good bleed on him by this point. I was pretty much done. And there we go. There's the last pieces that we had to find. And you'll see the quest, after I read the book, kind of close out for me. I hope that was fairly easy to follow along. I wanted to point out the places where you could probably do it your own way a little faster. But I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer them. If you have any suggestions for other videos in this game or any of the other games you've seen me playing, let me know. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like, and if you're enjoying the channel, please subscribe to see more videos like this. Have a good day.